Just waiting. Hello, testing. Uh, okay, so I'm live after a long while. So, what's up, guys? This is McLord GM, and if you forgotten about me, I'm just wanting to let you know I'm still alive and kicking, and the streaming dream isn't dead. I just took a little break, maybe continue, maybe I don't know. So anyway, so before I proceed with the future plans, so I'll just provide some IRL updates. Ever since last February, well, actually during last year of the last quarter of 2020, I was just suffering a skin condition that makes it difficult for me to actually sleep, and it I only recently recovered around March. And that's a combination of medicine and lifestyle choices. The doctor insists that I actually it's because of my sleeping habits because I sleep too late, but I didn't really change that much. It's just that I avoid sleeping at 3 a.m. now. And obviously, the decision to avoid streaming late at night was also a factor to that. The My health was a huge factor in that decision. Sorry, it's been a while. I'm a bit rusty. So other updates. I applied for one job last February, but that's for a game designer position that which I am not qualified for, but I tried just a YOLO thing and they just ignored me. I actually appreciate some HR people who actually contact me and to say that I've been rejected rather than just keeping me waiting. And then I'll just assume that I wasn't actually chosen. So that's a thing. And then I also applied for another job, but this time last March, but that was from a headhunter, and he hasn't disclosed yet which company it is. And this is actually the third week. So that's for a C sharp developer position, and I'll be sending an email next week. I'm just assuming that he's on vacation. So I'll just send an email next week and ask if the application is still ongoing or if I'm just ignored again. But I just want to say that the serious job hunting mode will happen after this Holy Week because during about this time I haven't really taken it seriously the job hunting part. But while I'm not job hunting, I was actually just practicing. So if you know Hacker Rank, the website, so that's where I'm just practicing problem solving skills. Mostly logic, but I also learn along the way. So for those of you HR people actually watching, yes, I've been practicing. I'm actually better now at coding than I was in my previous work. Believe it or not, I only got to handle the basics and the fundamentals right here during pandemic season. So I'm actually better, and I actually hope that you actually give me a shot. An exam. You don't have to bother with interviews actually because if I'm not qualified, if I don't pass the exam, then you don't have to bother with the interview and you wouldn't be wasting your time. So it's only an exam. So just give me a shot. But I'll be taking that shot. I'll be seriously applying this month because I'm running low on funds. And what else? Besides job hunting, I'm just assisting on work on the family business. Just an assist for now while I'm bumming around. And the main reason why I've been streaming because internet wasn't as stable. And actually there's a new setup, so that was the bad stuff. So there was my skin actually my skin condition is chronic, meaning it does not have a cure. and it will keep reappearing maybe in my entire lifetime. So you can actually Google it. It's nummular eczema. It's non-contagious, but it does look gross if it worsens. It's usually rashes that bleeds out clear liquid that when it hardens, it becomes yellowish. So that's my condition. And according to my dermatologist, it's triggered by stress and dryness of the skin and by my sleeping habits. But I seriously doubt about the sleeping habits because, as I've said, my sleeping schedule is pretty much the same. Well, actually, I made a drastic change from last year that instead of waking up at 12 at lunchtime, I'm actually waking up 9 a.m. now, sleeping at 2 a.m. and waking up at 9 a.m. So there's that. And another thing that I've been doing more is exposing myself to sunlight because for the entirety, as far as I know, for the entirety of 2020, well, actually during the real lockdowns, I've been just indoors, so I haven't been taking in sunlight. So just a little bit research here and there, and I know that vitamin D is essential. So my morning ritual usually involves exposing myself to sunlight for about 5 to 10 minutes now. And then I put on some moisturizing lotion that's really expensive. And then at night, I put on more lotion, but this time it's a steroid cream and lotion combination. And that's it for my health. That's the only thing that's been bothering me about my health. And there's also the 1 week fever I had last February after joining a 20-kilometer fun run, virtual fun run. I got sick for about a week. So this was already after I said that I would stop streaming for a while. So that's also one of the reasons why I haven't been really creating more content. But the main reason for that is I'm just really lazy in creating content for YouTube with a lot of editing involved. As you know, for the famous YouTubers and content creators, they have their own editors. And I know the reason why. It's because editing is a real pain in the ass. Pardon my language, but it's really tedious because after you make 1 or 2 hour recording, it's basically you have to re the entire thing because you have to make edits along the way. So you're basically rewatching it 2 or 3 times. So that's how much you're going to waste time editing. So that's a big pain in the ass, and that's the reason why I haven't been streaming. And but the number one reason is the internet issues. Like right now, there's actually a new setup, but not sure if someone's actually messing around with my setup right now. It is actually just an experiment, so part of it is just sharing my updates, and the second part is testing out a new configuration. So internet hasn't really changed. Also, yeah, so I've already updated you on my health. Got sick in February. I recovered a bit this March, so I'm pretty confident now that I can actually work and not scratch too much when I'm working. So the next part is internet issues this time. So for the past few months, I've been trying to migrate to fiber. So the good news is there is fiber avail. It's already accessible in my area, but the problem is they're all occupied. So the main issue now is there is no slot for me to migrate to. Fiber there's already fiber in my area, but issue. I've been re-updating, reapplying for migration for the past few months. I stopped for a bit because there isn't really any progress on that front. So my next attempt right now, uh, actually, this new setup right now is a new attempt, which is to have my data router on the second floor, and I have a Wi-Fi not a repeater. I have a extra repeater connected via RJ45 cable, so it should be fast. That's what I've been attempting. This is the experiment right now. And so far, there's been some glitches here and there. I've been seeing some network drops, but more or less it's okay for now. But I should have been streaming earlier, but I got really sleepy. So I took a 1 hour nap before this stream, and then I took about 30 minutes trying to set up the new setup. So basically, it's new router second floor, the old router second floor, which I've been using in last year when I was streaming in back in my PS4 days, PS4 streaming days, and that's stable. It's stable enough in around 10 o'clock at night that I'll be able to stream earlier. And I bought a 30-meter RJ45 cable from Lazada from the B-Day sale so that I can attach a repeater around midway between first and second floor. And then I'm connecting my PC to that repeater via Wi-Fi. So that's the new connection for now. And that's what I've been experimenting on. And I'll be streaming again this weekend because I have some data to burn. I haven't used the magic data yet because it's not available right now. I've been stacking up load using discounted load from Lazada and Shopee. So I'm only getting like 20 or 40 peso load per day. I've been stacking it up until I can get to the no expiration data that I want or need. So for now, I'm using the GigaWork 50, which is just 1 gig per day allowance plus 1 gig shareable data. And what else? I bought a new monitor for streaming. So there are two monitors now because before I was using one old monitor, my 2013 Lenovo LG monitor, 21 inch with a TV, probably 32-inch TV. And that's a difficult setup as a streamer because I can't see chat. I cannot see chat with the TV like 2 or 3 meters away from me. So I decided to also buy, with my remaining savings, a new monitor, a 24-inch one, so that I can actually stream comfortably. So I can see chat and play games at the same time. So that's something brand new. I also bought it from Lazada. And if there's going to, I don't really have any future big purchases for now until I find work. So if I find work, I'll be able to buy the game capture card that I need so that I can play PS4 games. And obviously, the PS5 is a main priority. I have to buy a PS5 before FF7 hits. So my goal is to actually land a job before June because in June I have to pay my life insurance. And I don't have money left for that. I went YOLO on this monitor so I can stream again. And sorry if I've been just rambling. I haven't been really I didn't really plan out this speech of mine, this monologue. You can chat, so I can actually see. Or I can test if I can actually see it. Because sometimes the chat lags on me as well. But so far, I don't think so. Thanks for watching. And also, thank you guys for not unsubscribing and not following. I actually got a new follower on Twitch like 2 weeks ago, I think. So thank you for that. So I'm now at 15 Twitch followers and 22 YouTube subscribers. But it's easier to monetize Twitch because I only need 50 followers actually. 50 followers and subs. But for YouTube, I need 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours viewed on my videos to be able to monetize. And then when I'm able to monetize, I would need to submit my tax forms to YouTube because it's a new thing now on YouTube. They actually added more tax there. So what I'm seeing is net is still a bit unstable, but I'm not sure because there are other tenants upstairs, so they may be affecting my connection right now. Maybe they tripped on the wire or something, or they're crossing. But it's stable enough that I think I'll be able to stream early, using Smart because I believe Smart is more stable here in the mountainous region compared to Globe, as I've observed over the past few months. Globe has the better plans, but Smart has the better connection for me. So for now, I'm switching back to Smart. You can still donate to my GCash, and you can still donate load to my Globe number. But I'm not sure about the expiration for transferred load. I think it's shorter than just buying it directly, so it's not advisable. But you can still donate to my GCash. It's still there, still active. So what else is there new? So I've already updated on my health, updated on my tech, and new setup. Oh yeah, okay. So the future plans this time. I plan to stream 10 p.m. Not sure about the days yet. On which days? Definitely, there's definitely always be one on the weekend, since there will be more viewers that way. But I'm not sure yet how many times. I'm thinking like only twice a week, actually. Maybe one on a weekday, one on a weekend, just so I can also regulate my data because I don't have only data, I don't have only funds. So I'm just balancing it out. And this weekend I'll be just experimenting with Hades. Yeah, because I'm still not done with Hades. I haven't been playing actually any game except Genshin Impact. So I've only been playing Genshin Impact daily for like what 2 hours. I play more when I'm playing with friends, but I think that's the only game I've been playing. I have stopped playing Hades. I only play Hades on streams, and I won't be playing any other new games until I beat Hades, just to finish it finally, or moving on to other games. So after Hades, I'm not really sure if I'm going with RE3 remake. Maybe I'll be doing a different game. I'm not sure because I'm not feeling it after watching a ton of Resident Evil of the past few days and months. So the one reason why I'm bumming out on releasing the last two Genshin videos I have is also because I'm spending too much time um coding and watching other streamers. I've actually been enjoying watching IRL streams from Japan because I miss traveling to Japan, my only place that actually bother to travel to. I don't really have any interest in other places, maybe except for local beaches. But other than that, it's Japan all the way. I want to just travel to Japan because it's the best place to travel to, not work. Not work, because culture there is toxic. But I've heard that the culture is slowly changing, that they're slowly accepting that, hey, maybe there's life outside work, that overtime is not really needed, that maybe someday a 4-day work schedule may actually benefit workers more. They will actually be more effective. And I'm also hoping for that as well, that it's more of a work life balance thing, that you don't have to work 5 days a week, maybe 4 days is enough. Because we're not really effective for what, 40 hours a day, 40 hours in a week, like 8 hours a day. We're not really that effective in work. There's already studies for that, that our most effective work is like what, 5 to 6 hours a day or something. So I'm just hoping for that. Well, anyway, it's only work from home for now. So my setup for work from home is I'll be working on the second floor. But anyway, I digress. So the future of the stream is there's a test stream this weekend, and then the next stream would be on my anniversary, which is on April 14. So if you're watching, yeah. I started streaming last year, April 14, 2020, and my first ever game was FF7 Remake. And if you didn't know, you can actually watch the entire stream, the entire playthrough on my YouTube channel. Both mostly on normal mode, but I also added some hardcore content there as well. The special, unique content in hardcore mode that's not available in normal mode. And I plan to, once I get a PS5, I'll be definitely be streaming the DLC. But without funds, I won't be able to yet. Because I've noticed that for PS5 at least, they've been selling by batch. And it's actually very frequent, actually. So, like, it's every 2 or 3 weeks, like, Data Blitz and Game One actually have a reservation period of like 5 minutes every 3 or 4 weeks, and you'll be able to buy PS5. I just hope that when the time comes that I actually buy, that I won't be blocked by bots, by reservation bots, by scalpers. That's the only issue. But I think I'm confident I'm fast enough to actually buy one. If I'm actually able to reserve a slot in DFA for passport renewal versus bots, I think I'm also confident in getting a PS5 manually. So when that comes, I'll be streaming FF7 Remake. So RE8, not sure yet. I'm not really that excited about the game because it's kind of weird for me to actually see vampires and werewolves for a zombie game. But as other streamers have already said, it's not really about the enemy type anymore because the zombie itself is already a fantasy. So it's not that surprising to actually see other mythical creatures popping up in the R universe, but I actually prefer just zombies. And just continuing the story itself, the character development, rather than evolving nightmares and the characters just stay the same. So I prefer more character development. More zombie types, definitely. So if you can count vampires and werewolves as a new zombie, then sure. Well, anyway, I'm still thinking about the next game to stream after Hades. But in the meantime, if after Hades I haven't decided yet, I'll be streaming some Genshin Impact, some just random shit, just to keep the streams going. And so far, it's the experiment tonight is a success. A few lag spikes here and there, but generally it's been good. I guess I'm using wired connection to transfer data to the repeater instead of the before I tried wireless, and that was pretty awful to say the least. Like, it was a pretty much a disaster of a connection setup. So I think this is better. I bought a 30-meter RJ45 cable just to get a better connection. So I think it's pretty much a success. So what else is new? I already updated you that I stopped streaming because of health issues and internet issues. I'll still continue updating on PLDT, but I don't think I'll be doing it on a monthly basis, mainly because nothing's really progressing. Like, I don't see any other additional fiber optic lines. And I already talked to the agents before. I had a very rather long discussion with them that DSL will be phased out eventually, they said, and eventually everyone will be migrated to fiber. But the problem is that for private residences, which I'm in now, it takes longer because there's more paperwork involved and the demand is less compared to public area spaces, meaning outside residences, where there are businesses also. So so PLDT would know that there's high demand for public spaces versus residences. So meaning that maybe that only I'm the only one demanding some migration, like everybody else is happy around me. The neighbors are happy with their connection. I don't know, which is why the demand is so low in my area. And that's why for the past few months, nothing's really been happening on my end. So maybe I'll be filing for migration every 2 months, maybe. But definitely after COVID and once I get work, I'll be relocating to somewhere better with fiber. Definitely. So that I can stream unlimited. I can stream for longer times and more frequently. And that will definitely boost up my rep as a streamer. So for now, I'll just be streaming like maybe a total of 4 hours per week. Not next week. So if you're just recently watching, I keep repeating myself because I'm just been adding fillers so that I won't end the stream yet and hoping for some chat, but that's okay. So after this weekend, the next stream would be on April 14 on my anniversary. Nothing really special, just maybe just some Hades. But that would mark my official return, quote unquote, to streaming again. Because I prefer streaming over video editing, as you've seen. I've been really lazy with the last two Genshin Impact videos. Not even sure if I'll be able to edit them. If I just give up on the YouTube videos, I'll just be uploading them raw. I'll be trimming the boring parts and then just uploading it with super minor edits if I'm just that lazy. Okay, so I think that's it. So just to recap, I have a chronic condition that actually discouraged me from applying for work. But now that I've taken control of it, somewhat with lifestyle changes and some steroids, that's the treatment for skin, if you have to know. Then I'm more confident in work now. So this April, I'll be ramping up my efforts for job hunting. And then for internet, nothing really changed except for I made a new setup, but I'm using smart LTE. There is no 5G in my area, by the way. I checked. So it's only 4.5G, but you know, while Ditto Telecom is still not yet in full operation in the entire country, Smart and Globe won't be behaving or acting professionally yet. They still think there's still kind of a duopoly in Metro Manila and in NCR Plus. So services would still be shit until Ditto becomes fully operational. So nothing would really change. So right now it's still smart LTE for me for now because it has better connection. Just that I'm using a different setup. And it looks, but I'll have to test on an earlier time because I started streaming like 1 a.m. So my target schedule would be 10 p.m. or 10:30. Latest 10:30. Or wait, maybe latest 11. And then I'll stop at around 1 a.m. I think that's the latest schedule, but if I can stream at 10 p.m., it's better. Well, I can also, now that I think about it, maybe I can also maybe cast some Dota because there's an ongo there. I could actually cast the Singapore major this weekend. That could also be a thing if I don't do Hades. So, but definitely I'll be streaming again this weekend, experimental streams, because I can't waste my data. It's too much of a waste to not stream. So for you just watching, or if you just skip to the end part, guys, I'm back. I'll be just attempting to stream again because I hate editing. I mean, I when I'm already editing in the process itself, I enjoy it because it's multimedia. Because um I channel my creativity through it. So my work and my profession is technical, but my usual tendencies, my pastimes is more creative. My innate talents are more creative in the sense. My friends can vouch for me on that I'm actually more on the creative side rather than the technical, but There's higher risk involved in technical. Well, not right now because I started technical in profession, but my end goal is actually creative as a professional streamer. But I can also be part time. Nah, I mean, being a full time professional is a huge dream, a huge hurdle, and it's not for everyone. And I've seen streamers. I actually see streamers that have been streaming for years but not really gaining thousands of viewers. So it's a huge risk and the the probability is really low for me to be professional. But I will try nonetheless because streaming is the ultimate dream, even part time, and I hope to earn from it at least a bit more on my way to stardom eventually, maybe, hopefully. I think that's my rant for now. Well, that's only all my updates for now. And once again, thank you to all the viewers. Thank you to all the followers and subscribers for not abandoning my channels even during my hiatus. So this marks my comeback, quote unquote, to streaming. And I'll be uploading the two Genshin Impact videos eventually. But hopefully I'll be able to just stream them because it's way easier than editing. I'm running out of saliva and it's nearing my usual bedtime. So thanks guys for watching. I may actually bumble my usual outro because it's been so long. So if you want to catch more of my live streams, videos, and updates, please follow me on Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and join my Discord server. All the links are found on my Facebook and YouTube live streams. And you can also donate to my cause and support me by donating to my PayPal and GCash, also found on the links below. And you can also generate the links on Twitch chat by typing in exclamation point follow. And I'll be seeing you this weekend if nothing goes wrong. Then I'll be seeing you this weekend for Hades or maybe some Dota. I don't know yet, one of which, but it's more of experimental stream because I'll be trying to stream at an earlier time. And as you know, if it's earlier, it's worse because the current configuration for our cell sites right now can't handle the amount of user volume, the user demand per cell site. So for each user, you'll be seeing diminished quality, even if it's LTE. So if you didn't know that, then that's also additional information for you guys. So I think that's also one thing that makes me kind of unique in a way because I explain mechanics on the fly, I give out on information, and the most obvious thing is my deep voice. But it's not I don't think it's the pleasurable deep voices you hear for professional streamers like Markiplier. So I've been a fan of Markiplier. So that's the kind of smooth, low voice that I actually desire. Well, I still have a low voice, so I hope you enjoy hearing my low voice. I like to actually practice lower voices. So thanks, guys. Have a good day. Have a good night. You can just watch the VODs on 4 of my channels: Twitch, Periscope, which is on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So Restream hasn't really changed, and my setup hasn't really changed on my PC, except for the monitor. So I can read chat now without relying on my phone. So you can chat away and I can read it, unlike my previous stream where I wasn't really reading the backseater from my last gaming stream. So thanks, guys. Have a good day. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. I'll be seeing you next time. Running out of voice. I'm not used to it anymore. I have to get used to talking a lot again. So thanks, guys. Good day. Good night.